Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are rolling with a rather unexpected match. By unexpected, I mean it is unexpected because this was scheduled about an hour and a half ago. Thankfully, it didn't conflict with my schedule, so we are going into the roll-off here for Techno versus Wheeljank, the first match on the losers round of 4. And it looks like we have everything to go. I'm not sure who's going first. It looks like it's Wheeljank, maybe. I don't know. Gentlemen, you are clear to go. So who's going first here? It is Wheeljank. Okay, we are off to the races. Flipping up kickback, sending in Ransack in first makes sense, albeit there's a chance he gets punted here. Going in for 6. And Techno actually got his trigger off. So FortMax takes one. I almost said says. I don't know what I was doing it. So FortMax takes one. Ransack takes one for the ping. Looks like handheld is dropping, or Techno is dropping a handheld. I can speak. Picking up a backup beam. We had a bit of a camera freeze there due to lag on my end for some inane reason. Sorry about that, folks. And Techno just noticed that Scrapnel is not on the field. Little does he know that that is the sideboard plan for this deck. Backup beam, flip up FortMax, send into Ransack, makes sense. And we've already got a decent viewing party with 3 individuals that aren't playing or casting or judging. So right now, between Discord and YouTube, we have a combined 6 viewers, or 5 viewers, excuse me. So we're doing pretty good. Make that 6 viewers. Okay, we are off to a good start for tonight's match, or this second match. There is a third one happening, like I mentioned earlier, myself versus Ciliag, that will not be cast, but will be recorded and uploaded. So moving over to Wheeljank's turn. He's got an all-out swing here. Bugs are notoriously one of the most aggro decks in the game. So it's very likely that he's just going to be able to punt FortMax here. Numbers might work a little differently compared to what we saw with Devastator when I played against Techno, which if you haven't watched that match, go watch it. That was nuts. Likely starts with Barrage flipping up here. So there's the flip of Barrage, but a Grenade Launcher also comes down. Reckless Charge. Looks like a tough matchup for Bugs, in my opinion. Yeah, it definitely does, but considering that Devastator right now is able to put out a similar amount of firepower, I honestly think this is a pretty even matchup right now, in my humble opinion. Albeit FortMax, of course, has only gotten 1 trigger, and it's looking like that's all he's going to get. Got the trigger off, so it doesn't seem like Techno is actually missing a whole lot of triggers right now. Wait, hold up. Block 4, going in for 5, 9, 13, dies on the nose. 17 blocking 4 takes... No, 17 blocking... It was 18. It would have had to have been 18 blocking 4 takes 14 dead on the nose. Yeah, that is just... That actually is huge for Wheeljank, as Cerebros now has to go into Barrage, and Wheeljank will essentially get his wheel turn against Cerebros. That is significant. So, drawing for turn on Techno's side. So, what is he doing? Armed Hovercraft, makes sense. Definitely needed to kill him in 1 attack, good call, without question. This deck definitely has the firepower with Barrage to be able to do it. Precision Fire calling bot mode, likely, if I had to take a wild guess. Because, like, the only reason I was saying that it was very well possible for Bugs to take this is because, again, I had a similar experience using Devastator against FortMax, and that is arguably a better matchup for FortMax. So this one very well could go either way with a slight favoring towards Bugs, at least in this current meta. And he flips 2 copies of Demolition Derby. That hurts. But he did trigger still on the exact number of icons. Techno's flip luck, this entire event has been weird. Like, he missed like 6 or 7 alt mode FortMax triggers in a row against me. And then he does that on exact icons after flipping 2 Demolition Derbies. Also, Master Sword getting pulled in for 11 blocking 1. I'm pretty sure that's a dead barrage. Alrighty, so Barrage is off the field. Moving over to Wheeljank's turn. He's got a wheel turn here. He could very likely pop Cerebros if he has some sort of power weapon in hand, albeit he'd have to send Chop Shop in first to ensure that a force field isn't going to cause any problems, or a medic's protective field, because those are the things right now that are going to be keeping Techno alive. If he has a swarm, that also helps, because that ensures that medic's protective field into force field on back-to-back attacks does not do anything. I Still Function also guarantees it, so Ransack is now on the field. He's probably going to be going in here after... Oh, Kickback coming down, or gets a Rage, excuse me. Sending Ransack in first. Interesting decision, but Okay, double oranges getting flipped like crazy with Techno in the room. Not surprising. Does he get the trigger? Does not get the trigger! I think that's a dead Cerebros. Blocking 6. Going in, or taking... The attack is 7, 8, 9, 11. 11 blocking 6, take 5. Now, does Wheeljank send Kickback in here? Going for Kickback. Rage will do a damage to Cerebros. So that reduces the one-shot threshold to 2. That actually is probably the right call. And the 8 cards come down. There's to take the shot. Looks like the attack is for 8. 9, actually, because there's a bold 1 trigger from Rage. And we got some camera lag, but... Hi, Mirage! Trigger will come into play, but I don't think there's... 9 blocking 3 takes 6. Energy Pack doesn't save him. Force Field doesn't save him. I think that's just a dead Cerebros. Because Energy Pack on Cerebros is 12. And for those of you just joining us, yes, that is Flintlock on Cerebros. That has become the default head for FortMax, or for Cerebros, ever since the banning of Grax, Briscoe, and Kreb. So Escape Capsule gets pulled on, takes 6, dead, and out comes Flintlock. So there's Flintlock. Now, this isn't a surefire thing for Wheeljank right now. Flintlock does have that Master Sword, and Kickback, and like all Bugs, is notoriously just weak, at least in terms of defense. Espionage calling orange for a Bashing Shield and a Polydermal Graft. Dumping the Graft makes sense. And then Flintlock going into Kickback. He's got an attack currently of 9. Going in for 9 Pierce 1. 9 Pierce 1. Block 1 takes 8. He's dead. Chop Shop has to punt Flintlock here. Otherwise, I think Techno has this one. Grenade Launcher helps. Bashing Shield for no value, but a Supercharge comes down. That balances out the tough 3 on Flintlock. Ooh. So going in for 8 Pierce 2? Yeah, 8 Pierce 2. Techno is checking his scrap pile to see if he can even defend this, it looks like. So 8 Pierce 2 going in. Flintlock does have tough 3. That's block 1, 3. Block 3 and die. And Wheeljank, I keep messing that up. Wheeljank has gone ahead and, yep, that's the wrong button. Takes game 1. Good lord. Bugs are a good deck, ladies and gentlemen. Bugs are a good deck. Now, while we are going through with the sideboarding process, Techno is going first on this next match. So while we are waiting for the sideboard process to go through, I will once again remind everybody of the OI giveaways that Team Bayformers is running to correspond with this event. There is a drawing happening later tonight for a set of World Strike, a set of Monster Menagerie, and a set of Phase 1, as well as a Mint in Sealed Box Generation Lift ticket. If you want a shot at any of those items, or any of the items that are going to be coming in the next week's giveaway, I'm going to drop another promo code for you in the chat. Use the code GQ8R at bit.ly/OI giveaways, and you will get an additional entry into the giveaway. If you've already filled out the form, no worries. You can go back, edit it, and add in this additional code for an additional shot at some Allied crossplay cards or some other cool swag that Team Bayformers is giving out. Again, if you want an extra entry at that, enter the code GQ8R at bit.ly/OI giveaways. And it looks like the sideboard process is going fairly quick on this match. Alrighty, not too much happening in the sideboarding process. Does not look like Wheeljank is siding into Scrapnel. We saw him do that against Champion earlier today. But actually, that does make sense why you wouldn't slide into Scrapnel. Does FortMax look like a 13-star character to you? Spoiler, no. Okay, so we're getting a cut here. Okay, the cuts are finishing up here, and we are going off to the races in a moment. And we're off to the races. Flip up FortMax, and going into... I missed who the target was. Got the trigger. 9 Pierce 1. That is killing basically any of them except Barrage, I think. Kills Kickback on the nose. The attack was into Kickback. Looks like a backup beam was picked up there. Dropping a Crushing Size, I believe that was. And we'll move over to Wheeljank's turn. Already on the back foot with that KO of Kickback. Flipping Barrage. There's a grenade launcher. Is there a swarm coming down, maybe? Nope, can't, because turn 1. Sending Ransack in first makes sense. Flips 2 blanks. Ouch! Going in for 3. Block and take a damage. Okay, so now Chop Chop's gonna have to go in, probably. Yep, there it goes. Dropping a Combat Dagger for a Paralyzo box on Techno's side of the field. And then Chop Chop goes in. There's the Pierce 1 to get the Barrage ability online. Going in for 8 Pierce 1. Not getting the trigger. Block 5, take 3. And let's see if Barrage can punt FortMax here. Needs to do 12 damage. Base 2, Bold 2. That is 9. 15. 15 blocking 2 is 13. Got the trigger. And got the defense needed. Block 5, take 10. Alive on 2. Okay, so it's not a meme. Meme, you can rest the meme alarms. Not in the live on 1. Albeit that does present a whole host of problems for Wheeljank. And if you watch the match between me and Techno, you'll know exactly what's about to happen here. And that is Barrage is about to get crushed, as Bugs do. Espionage calling orange, makes sense. Wedge formation and Rage are the options, and there's a backup beam floating around in there as well. Dumping the wedge formation, interesting. And then, is there going to be an upgrade play? Because Barrage is blocking 1. Okay, yep, playing the backup beam. Sending into Barrage. As makes sense. And Techno just barely got the trigger. So I had to respond to something there. Either way, enough to, or it was 9 Pierce something, and Barrage just got popped. Not looking very good for Wheeljank right now. We might be going to a game 3 here. Flipping Ransack to, oh no, that was a polydermal graft. Flip Ransack to bot mode. And going in for 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 into... Wait, no, it's... Actually, wait a minute. How does that work? Either way, FortMax is dead, but I actually need to know how that works just in case I ever have to ask, if I ever get asked that question. So, Ransack was going in for 9, and it would have gone in for 10 if that's how that works. I'll have to talk with Techno later. Dropping a Medic's Protective Field for a hold the line, setting up the Scrap for the Cerebros mode, and here we go. Draw for turn on Techno side. Unflinching Courage, that makes sense. Secret action, and Cerebros into Ransack as he has to. So Ransack has 5 health remaining, blocking 3. Excuse me. Barely got the trigger again on something. So what does he grab here? Probably the Medic's Protective? Oh no, grabbing the Master Sword. I forgot that was in there. 14 Pierce 3. 14 Pierce 4 is the hit. And that is a dead Ransack, and considering the fact that there's a Medic's Protective Field in the Scrap, unless Wheeljank has a Swarm in hand right now, I think we're going to be going to a Game 3, dropping a Rage for a Bashing Shield in the process. Draw for turn on Wheeljank's side. Does he have the Swarm? There's the Swarm! Okay. Where's 1, 2, 3, 4? Wait, how does Swarm work? I am trying to remember. Is Swarm each icon or each card? Swarm is for each orange you flip. Okay, so it is 5 damage onto Cerebros. Force Field and Medic's Protective Field now do nothing. Also, there was a secret action. Yep, hold the line does nothing there. So Force Field isn't going to do anything. Medic's Protective Field could potentially save him. Gets the trigger. And Chop Chop is going in for 4, 8 flat. Oh, wait. He triggers but does not... Or he has to reshuffle, excuse me. Does not pull anything. Alive on 1! Are you serious? Hold the line coming in clutch. So that was 8 blocking 5. Yep, 8 blocking 5. Alive on 1. Take 3. Hold the line coming in clutch. Free Gyrick when? So draw for turn on Techno's side. Cerebros has a grenade. And the attack is for 11, Pierce 3. And that is a dead Chop Chop. We are going to a game 3, ladies and gentlemen. Good lord, that is 2 quick games, and this Wheeljank will be going first on this next match. No swapping on both sides makes sense. Who would you swap into with FortMax? And on Wheeljank's side, siding into Scrapnel. Scrapnel is getting swapped in. The tap ability will not do anything in alt mode, but the bot mode ability may come in clutch here. So let's go ahead and swap this out. So Ransack has been replaced with Scrapnel. So there's the turn 1 play in order to brunt a hit from FortMax, because at most he'll be taking 5 damage via FortMax trigger and his own ability. That definitely is going to help matters on Wheeljank's side for sure. Cutting. And we are off to the races. Let's see if Techno can make it to the second round of 4, or if it will be Wheeljank proving that bugs are still good. Again, the implications of this match. The loser is eliminated, as this is a loser's bracket match. The winner advances to the second round of 4 on the loser's bracket. So Scrapnel going in for 6. Yep, going in for 6 flat. FortMax blocks 2, takes 4, does a damage to Scrapnel. So he'll be alive on 1 after this attack. Unless Techno has some sort of direct damage available, but I think he's got better cards he needs to play right now. Yeah, no, unless he has direct damage, Scrapnel's gonna be alive on 1 here. So flipping up FortMax. Secret action. Going into Scrapnel. Hey, look, trigger. And 3 damage to Scrapnel, and alive on 1. Does it count if it was because of a damage reduction ability? I'd say it does. Alive on 1! Free Gyric Wen. Dropping Precision Fire for Espionage on Techno's side. And then we move over to Wheeljank's turn. Scrapnel's alive on 1. We got a wheel turn here. If he's got Grenade Launcher plus an offensive upgrade, Barrage is likely able to pop FortMax in this situation. We have a temporary stoppage. Not sure what's going on. Bill just ordered the game to stop. Well, ordered is not the right word. But we do have a temporary stoppage. Not sure what's going on. Okay, did not get an answer on what is going on, but we will go ahead and proceed. So what is Wheeljank gonna do? He hasn't slammed down the grenade launcher yet, so that makes me suspect he doesn't have it. Polydermal onto Barrage. Interesting. Flip him up. Fight for position on... So, sending Kickback into FortMax first. Okay. Going in alt mode, too. Interesting. So, trigger. Going in for 5. And blocking 2 takes 3. Repairing 1 from Scrapnel because of kickback. And then Barrage goes in here, likely for the kill shot. Holding the line. And going in for 12 with Barrage. Takes 7. Does a damage back to Barrage, up to 13, and kickback will have to be the kill shot here. And FortMax on the chop shot attack will die here. And takes a damage from the trigger, and out comes Cerebros. This is not an untapped situation. Doesn't all the Insecticons stay tapped? Okay. So Energy Pack comes down onto Cerebros. Precision Firing Bot Mode. Cerebros going into Barrage. Got the trigger. Probably needs a Master Sword. Oh, no, pulling in an armed hovercraft. And that is a dead Scrapnel. 9 pierce 2. Oh, wait, we have an alive on 1! We have an alive on 1 on Barrage because of the graft. Ouch. So drawing on Wheeljank's side of the field. Okay, so flipping up kickback. There's a swarm. So there goes any Medic's Protective Field shenanigans. And oh my lord, 6 damage! For a second, I thought he might have been able to spike that and just eliminate Cerebros' normal health. Rage on kickback. Sending Barrage in. Makes sense. Bold 2. Going in for 8 pierce 1. 8 pierce 1. Well, that's a flip. Did not get the trigger. Take 1. Okay, so block 7, take 1, and not alive on 1 because there is an energy pack on the field. Okay, no swaps on either side of the field, so we move over to Techno's turn. Cerebros is likely going to punt Barrage here, unless he has some sort of direct damage. Which, if he has another armed hovercraft, that solves that issue. Setting a secret action. Going for the Paralyzo box. Cerebros has to go into barrage. Gonna call orange on Paralyzo. It does hit, so going in for 10, 11 Pierce 1. No trigger. And that is very much a dead barrage. And this is one of the most viewed matches I think we've had in a long time. Consistent 4 or 5 viewers throughout on YouTube. And a few more on Discord. Okay, so we move over to Wheeljank's turn. Does he have another swarm to potentially just pop through Cerebros' health? Or remaining health, I should say. Because Kickback probably could get the job done with that Rage. Flipping up Chop Shop. Now, how does Chop Shop work again? Enforcement Batons on Kickback. Sorry about that, I accidentally hovered over the, something a little too long on my screen. I'm trying to look up Kickback. Or not Kickback, Chop Shop. Wedge Formation comes down. And Kickback into Cerebros. Hold the line. And Hold the Line and Rage will essentially cancel each other out. And Chop Shop. Okay, that's how that works. Got a reshuffle here on Wheeljank's side of the field. And the attack is for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Pierce 2? 11 Pierce 2. Going into, whoop, we got camera lag. 11 Pierce 2 into, no trigger on Cerebros. 7. Alive on 1. Hold the Line came in again. Alive on 1! Live on 1! Live on 1! Free Gyric when? I know I've said that a lot, but it's true. And then attack with Chop Shop. Moves up. We got greens. Dropping Espionage for a backup beam, it looked like. Moving the Rage over to Chop Shop for the bold 1. And going in for 6 flat. And Techno could survive this. There's a white icon. Up, we got some lag. Oh, I think he's surviving this. Barely survives it! Alive on 1 comes in clutch. This is going down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. That Hold the Line came in clutch. That and Wheeljank not flipping any Pierce on that, but, yeah, that was more unfortunate than anything. Backup beam on Cerebros. Send into Chop Shop. Going in for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with a trigger. Likely a Master Sword coming down here. So 10 so far. That would go up to 14. That is likely a dead Chop Shop. Never mind. It's going to be an armed hovercraft. 11 is the attack here. 11 Pierce 4. I believe that's a dead Chop Shop. That is, in fact, a dead Chop Shop. So now we move over to Wheeljank's turn. He needs some direct damage here. If he doesn't have that, I think he loses. There's the swarm! And he got the damage. Now the question is, how does this deal? Okay, so 1 gets dealt to Cerebros. Wait. No, I think all the damage fades. I don't know how that works. I'll have to talk with Techno, but a grenade launcher on the kickback. This could end the game. $12 into 0. No Pierce. Techno needs to flip at least 8 blues here, or 9 blues here. And I don't think he's gonna get it. Hello, Mirage. And takes dead. Techno has been knocked out, and Wheeljank advances to the first losers round of 4, or second losers round of 4. Bugs are a good deck, ladies and gentlemen. Swarm is a good card, and we just lost feed there from Techno. Good lord, what a match! Bugs are still good, ladies and gentlemen. Bugs are still good. With that being said, that will do it for this broadcast. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw here today. If you did, there's a little red button you can push down below to show that. And I'm just going to remind you once again, if you want to enter the OI giveaways, use go to bit.ly/OI giveaways and enter the code GQ8R, and you'll get an additional entry into the giveaways, whether it be this week's drawing, which is happening tonight, or next week's drawing. And final match is going to be taking place in about an hour. Myself versus Ciliag over on the Bayformer server. If you want to watch that live, there's a link in the description to that. If not, it will be recorded and uploaded here at some point this week. And with that being said, just a quick reminder of what happened. Wheeljank managed to win with Bugs over Techno's FortMax 2-1. Techno is eliminated, and Wheeljank advances to the second round of 4 on the losers bracket. And with that being said, that will do it for this broadcast. Peace out, y'all.